Hello and welcome to Follow Everton on this beautiful, sunny, final game of the season afternoon. I hope you're all well. I can see the numbers going up. Everyone's joining us. Hope you've got your sunglasses on and your beer out. Uh, Hello, my partner. How are you, friend?
I'm good. Is that the Tamer Robster?
I'll be back.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, great. The only thing is I can't see you with them, so I'll have to put these over it.
I know.
Stand by. No different
So,
about now.
Mr. Blue Skies has kindly put the team news up for us there.
Thanks for that, Mr. Blue Skies.
Looks like it's unchanged from
Is that what you were
the.
expecting? You're expecting him to put a. I mean, some people were saying play the kids because it's a worthless game. But I don't think that was ever going to happen, and I don't think we've got that many kids anyway, have we?
No, but
Just
I
a load
would
of our
like to
fellas,
see.
Wes. We've just got a load of our fellas like Follow Everton, me and you.
I know. I would have, to be perfectly honest though, Rob. I would have liked to see the likes of Chimity and
I
Dobbin
think you
and
will. I think you
getting the
will.
run out,
I
Lewis
think you will.
Warrington and that,
Yeah,
and,
I
and
think you'll bring them
Mackenzie
on.
Hunt, because nobody's seen this Mackenzie Hunt, have they?
Yeah,
Nobody.
I don't think that unless there's injuries. But I can see Lewis Warrington coming on and Chimity, to be honest.
Yeah. Becky, I like Becky. No, there's no watch along today because Chris is away at his in-laws, I think, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he sent us a picture this morning. He sent us a picture of the scenery between Lake Michigan and Lake Superior.
Yeah.
Totally desolate, green, blue sky, look fantastic.
So no, yeah. So Mark Foster there. No Dan Juma or Gomez. So obviously Dan Jumas are going back to Villarreal. Gomez is coming to.
Didn't really see him, did we? To be honest.
No, you know what? I think ultimately, he probably had a falling out with the manager, Rob.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, for him not to play them last amount of games since he come back from injury, there's definitely got to be something going on there, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's old-fashioned, Sean Dyche. I think he sticks with what he likes, and whether you like it or whether you don't, the ones who have sort of got us over the line. Dan Juma, little bit of a bit part, flattered possibly to deceive when on the occasions when he did play and then he got an injury going back.
Yeah.
Was it
And,
2024?
and to be perfectly honest, I mean, Dwight McNeil sort of like booked his IDs up, didn't he? Like,
yeah,
when he came back from injury, so you're not going to sort of swap him out for Dan Juma, are you? When you've got McNeil who's sort of doing a little bit in it.
Yeah. So I'm more than happy with. I mean, Wes, I feel. I mean, I've been in the garden literally since 8 o'clock this morning. I've done me decking. I've put a clock up. I've reseeded. I'm just like, and the wife didn't even ask me to do it. No, like because obviously I was getting all them jobs whenever we're getting beat. She's left me alone, but I'm just like doing it because it's like the feel good factor, mate. I know we're going to finish 16th, 17th, 15th, whatever, but it's another season in the Premier League with all what's going on. I'm just so relieved that the boys have got us over the line because a couple of weeks ago, May 4 went away. We were thinking, oh my God, last game of the season again, and we'll get choked against Arsenal.
Yeah. This is it. I mean, it's kind of like for us as the fans. I mean, you think the players have got their flip flops on and they're on the beach and all that, but it's been the same for us fans. We want as Evertonians, we want to win every game. You know what I mean? But it's like to not have the worry of going into that final game of the season. And didn't we come up against Arsenal near the end of last season as well, Rob?
Yeah, I think correct me if I'm wrong. I think the end, it might have been the away game before the Bournemouth game, but prior to that, we played them on the last game of the season 2 seasons ago. Did we get tongued 5-0, 6-0 or something?
Yeah.
It was like,
well,
I mean,
yeah,
they're going to be going hell for leather today, aren't they?
Yeah, we've got all that.
Do the biz.
I mean, you know what? It's one of them where it's immaterial to us who wins the league. You know what I mean? But would you rather see Arsenal win it than City?
All day long, mate.
Yeah.
Million, trillion %. And I'm basing that on the fact that got a cracking team, Man City. My son-in-law's, my friend. I've got friends who are Man City fans and whatever, but none of them, right? You know, when we were deep in the shit, we were going, look, we've been badly managed. We know that, but the points don't fit the crime. All the Man City fans that I know, and there's quite a few of them, they all think they're innocent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to some of the conversations over the beer, you're having a laugh. They've convinced themselves, mate, they are completely innocent. So, yeah, I would like to see West Ham turn them over. Probably won't happen, but there's always a chance, and I'd love to see Arsenal win it for Arteta.
Yeah. There's always a chance. You know, the stranger things have happened in football. Charles Stevenson, who's a man who's well connected, said that Dan Human and Dice did have a fallout. So with that situation, and was it because the squad was so thin that we've had to keep hold of him? Because we're not saying I said, look, mate, you've pissed the manager off. Get back to Villarreal, or is it a case of we needed bodies on the bench?
Well, I think you're paying the wages as well. I think there's a deal there where you can't just go, I don't like you, ta-ra, you're gone tomorrow. I think it's in black and white where it's until the end of the season, unless they recalled him or whatever. So we're paying his wages. Or even if he went, we'd still be paying his wages.
Yeah, but you've also got the, like, when you do have loan deals where players get injured and he ends up back at the parent club.
Did he? He was injured for weeks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But we kept him at the club and rehabilitated him and whatnot. And
well, we've done the same with Dele Alli as well. So I think that's just the way it is at Everton. I think we don't know what's on what the agents and negotiator do. But he's probably he probably isn't even turned up for training. But we don't know that now.
No, there's Charles again says he wasn't committed, and we tried to send him back in January, which is interesting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like you say, once you piss the manager off, right? There's no going back from that. Do you know what I mean? But would it have been the fact that we were so thin on the ground? If McNeil had got injured, would Sean Dyche have had to cut his nose off to spite his face and throwing him in?
Mate, it's possible, but he literally, I think he was out for 12 weeks. He had, I just can't recall when he got injured. Don't know if it was a midweek game or what, and he went off, and then that was the end of him. So it was again something that didn't work out for us, along with everything else.
It's the same thing with Dele Alli, isn't it? I mean, Everton are Dr. Bernardo's, aren't they?
Oh,
they really are.
Yeah,
it's like he's out of contract. He hasn't played all season. And whether that be a mental health thing or not, right? It's immaterial. If he's got an injury, how's he picked up an injury for starters? And the helping him out with rehabilitation. No, the man's a multi-millionaire, Rob. Surely he can afford his own rehabilitation. You know what I mean?
I totally agree with you, mate. But trust me, these individuals, they pay for nothing. They pay for nothing.
Just frustrating, isn't it? 5 million he's had out of us.
He's been with us 2 seasons, hasn't he?
Just this year.
Yeah, so if double it, mate.
Yeah. And Spurs want us to give him 10 million.
Well, I think the deal in the end was something like worth 40 million with add-ons and whatever, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and do you know what? If he'd have been a worldie, we'd have gone, here's your money. Might have been over the next 44 years, like, but
yeah, it's on there, Klarna. Well, Peter Duggan saying there, Dyche's reputation looks sketchy. Let's be honest, the list has grown with players he's fallen out with. Danjuma, Gray, Patterson, Sims, Dyche can't always be in the right. But ultimately, he's the man. He's the man. Well, ultimately, right, he's the man who gets the bully if they're not performing.
Yeah.
Right? The players don't get the bully. You know, it's his job on the line.
Yeah.
So if he's falling out with players. Nobody said that he's fell out with Nathan Patterson. By the way,
Yeah,
you
we're
know, this
all
thing that
assuming.
happened in Portugal. People are assuming. Yeah,
Did he push him?
people are
Slapped him. Did
yeah
he slap him?
yeah, people are assuming that Dice
Naughty
and
boy.
Patterson have fell out. Maybe Dice doesn't trust him because I don't know, but the simple fact of the matter is he's the one who gets the bullet if players are not interested in playing for the football team. He's the one that carries all the flack.
Yeah, here's an interesting one from Aussie Chris. Falls out with creative players that don't defend. So the 4 players that were mentioned there, and Jimmy, call him flamboyant, doesn't do it for me.
No, for me. He was too greedy. He was like every time he had a chance to shoot, he'd shoot where the better option was to pass.
Gray, 1 in 5 games, maybe 1 in
Yeah.
6 games, he might play, turn it on. Patterson, the jury's out with Patterson. I see a young kid who's a bit like a headless chicken, but he's a professional footballer. I say he's a Scotland international. Kind of doesn't mean much to me because they've probably got no one else. I'm not too sure about Patterson. Sims didn't really see him enough, and he's doing well at Coventry, so great. Maybe he's found his level, but there was nothing there with them 4 players that kind of do it for me that you could have relied on week after week after week, like we have been doing with certain other individuals in the team. That's just my opinion.
When every manager likes and trusts certain players, and other managers don't. They see them every day in training, doing the little bit in training, and then they're picked on the performances on the training pitch, not because the manager likes them or whether they're busy mates or whatever.
It's human nature as well, Wes, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's human nature. It's just like me and you don't like one another, but no one would know, would they? Like we get on the
I think you're
screen,
an
but
absolute gobshite, to be fair.
we can't stand one another, but nobody would know. I mean, it's just fantastic the way we hide it.
Yeah, so Eugene there, who's at the Arsenal game today?
Well, why is he at the Arsenal game, Wes?
Because he wouldn't go to Man City.
Yeah, but he won't, will he?
No. And I hope the Everton fans direct their anger all game towards that fucking gobshite.
Oh yeah, forget today. Everton. 90 minutes plus added on time. Directed the little man.
Corruption all day long. But here's the thing, right? You've seen this video of the Premier League's put out. No mention of Everton on there.
No, not seen it.
Looking back basically at the season in like a cartoony sort of animation thing, and there was no Everton in it. The other 19 teams are on there. Yeah, but no mention of the only founders that are left in the top flight of the football league. No mention of them.
Yeah, I'd look at that and I'd deal with the contempt, like we should deal with the contempt of what he stands for, mate. Like I say, 4th choice for the job, and we've all seen them, Wes, haven't we? When we've been employed over the years, these over-promoted gobshites, and I don't want to go on a rant. I know that's the final one of the season, and I'm playing it low key. But when I think of his name and I think of Caroline Darnage saying, "You don't know what you're doing, Mr. Masters, do you?" That says it all. You don't know what you're doing, do you? And he's sitting in that chair, and he must have been squirming. It was worth the paycheck just to watch that, and I watch it over and over again. Still in a job, mates, because you know what? He'll be in the Secret Boys Brigade. So he'll have his little backers, all the little, all his little cronies all together. That's the way it is. We said it all season. It's a cartel, and we're not part of it.
So here's a question, Robster, for you and for all our followers out there.
I like questions.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
1 to 10.
what would you give Sean Dyche for the season?
I'd give him a 9.
Would you?
I would, because you know how, Wes, we know both personally, because we've gone out for a pint many times over the season, past season, and we've done our midweek blues, and we've watched and listened to the punters. We've had phone-ins. It's been a horrendous season. I mean, the wife was saying to me this morning, she said, "You feel?" I said, "I'm just feeling great. I feel like I've been reinvented, reborn, because we thought we were going down again, and the stress and the points and the administration. I know that's not finished yet, and he could have walked away. I know he's a millionaire, mate, and I'm sure he'd have got another job, and he's stuck by us, and I don't think it's been an easy task. And I just think, for me, behind the scenes, all the stuff that's been going on, I'd give him a 9.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, our good friend Peter Duggan is his biggest lover. So he's saying Dyche is getting credit that he doesn't deserve. He did nothing to keep us up, nothing tactically changed. Players still out of position, and the subs are still poor. It was a few players who saved us in the end. Now, I'll counteract that, right, Rob?
Go on, mate.
And I'll turn around and say, a ship is no good without a rudder. It's just a piece of metal in the sea without somebody steering it.
I like it. It's a nice analogy, that's Wesley.
So, although Peter thinks that his tactics didn't change, the players can't go out there without some sort of game plan and execute that game plan. Do you know what I mean? Now, some of his decisions, he's been very rigid on how he sets his teams up. Right?
Old school again, isn't he? It's old school.
Yeah, but you know what, Rob? Right, to have the goals, we all know the goal scoring was a problem, right? But to have the 4th best defensive in that league, right? If you can stick at 0-0, you've always got a chance of sneaking goals and winning 1-0. You know what I mean?
Peter's on a rant. Peter,
he's having none of it.
It's the last game of the season, mate. I just go like you were doing meditation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to get stressed out. Stress.
Yeah. So yeah, Wormy says there that the game plan is to sit back, don't commit forward, hope to scrape 1-0 wins with long ball route 1 tactics. Yeah, it's not pleasant to watch, but it's effective. You know, them 4 games where we won, you know, obviously we beat the Red Shite. It was effective.
After the 6-0 drubbing as well, Wes, we must emphasise, they got chonked, didn't they? And it was like, oh my God, that's it. The floodgates have opened. And even with them 6 goals going in, Wes, we recovered well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Remarkably
massive bounce back. Massive bounce back. But like you say, you know, during some of the goals that we have scored, there has been some decent play. It hasn't just all been long ball and out for a nod on from, you know, Calvert-Lewin and stuff like that. We've actually played some decent football.
Yeah, we played decent football at the start of the season. Just couldn't score. So that wasn't it. Was that his fault? Because we were playing decent football, but the strikers couldn't score.
Well, ultimately, yeah, because that's his game plan. That's how he wants the team to play, right? But then when you're getting as many chances as what we did, especially against the likes of Fulham at the start of the season, and you're not putting them away, you know, that's an issue with the strikers. Or is that an issue on the training pitch where they're not having enough shooting practice? And
I think we've had issues with the strikers all season, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, we need somewhere along the line, because it looks like, God forbid, Brentford don't want Mopey. Do you know what I mean? So this is the thing, right? Is that obviously we got Gomez off the wage list, right? The wage packet. Amongst others, Dan Zuma's obviously going back on to Villarreal. and there's players being released, and what Seamus is getting another year. Ashley Young, some people are not happy about that. I personally don't think he's done that bad since he's slipped in there at left back.
How many would you give Ashley Young out of 10 for the season? I know we're going to talk about this probably in the midweek blues, but he's just brought him up. He's going to get another season out of it. What would you give him out of 10?
I'd say average. I'd say 5, Rob.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd say if it wasn't for the fact that he has done all right at left back since he's gone in there, he probably would have got a 4. But I think he has done well since he's gone in at left back. So I'm going to give him a 5.
Okay.
I personally myself, I think Dice should be an average 7.
I'm not prophesying to all of our beautiful people out there that we're going to build a statue of Bramley Mordaunt for Sean Dyche. That is not the script. But pound for pound, with everything he's had to deal with, that's why I'm marking him high.
Yeah.
Both Wes and I didn't think we were going to get over the line, along with another load of blues I was talking to, and we actually thought we were going to go down. So, and we didn't. So,
yeah,
I'm saying we got it right in the end.
Yeah, that's just it. Is the hand that he's been dealt this season was not of his making. Do you know what I mean?
Is Wormy related to Peter Duggan?
Probably somewhere along the line.
Come on, mate! It's the last game of the season. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah. So yeah. Our mate Aussie Chris saying in recent years we haven't won our easy fixtures, starting to do that now, which is strange when we should, and like losing to Luton at home. Yeah, he's right. There's games where they were massively under pressure, like the Burnley game. The Luton game, obviously that was a draw, but the games where the Forest game, the games where you've got to win, we won, and where the pressure might have been, too much for them to handle in the past. Whereas they didn't buckle this time, and they got the results that got them over the line, Rob.
Yeah, they had two little runs, didn't they, of 4 straight wins on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah,
and that basically covered the rest of the season, didn't it? Really?
Yeah. It was. I say.
I agree with you.
Take away the points deduction, the mid-table. Now to me that's an improvement.
Yeah. And how much is he? Is it cost us about 15 million with Richard
points
Small
deductions?
Points giving us the point deductions. Yeah.
Something like that. 3.1 million per place, isn't it? So the fact of the matter is the points deduction for breaching PSR has a knock-on effect because of the places that you finish in the league.
Right, we're seeing the positive side of Peter.
Right. Peter's just opened the curtains, realised it's sunny.
Yes. Come on, this is what Hinge and brackets are all about. We make you smile. We give you the feel good factor, and a public announcement as well. By the way, I thought we'd do it after 24 minutes because it is quite relevant. Wes and I are moving on to a different channel. Ryan said he had a complaint from someone who said he didn't want to see 2 old fellas sitting at home wearing an Everton kit. So we've had a formal complaint, so we thought we'd move on and go and do something else. So it will be nice. We'll say final goodbyes at the end.
We'll just sit at home with our Everton tops on, reminiscing about the good old days.
Yeah. Oh,
we're just messing with you. We're going nowhere.
Oh. I mean, you know what? John, we've got people in Abergele today. We've got people in Prestatyn, and we've got people over in Thailand. Mate, we are global, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We are
multinational, international.
It's just lovely. Yeah, the numbers are going up. Numbers are going up.
Yeah, Blue Stu says the pressure's all Arsenal's today. It's right. I mean, but we don't want to get zonked. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to get zonked. But
don't want another Chelsea, Wes, do we?
no, we don't want that. We want to end up, with a decent result away from home, and it sets it in good stead for the following season, I think. But
Tell you today, Wes, if TCL scored 2 or 3 today, and then I woke up, if TCL scored 2 or 3 today, I'm calling it. He's got an outside chance to go to Euros.
no, Rob,
I'm telling you, mate.
he's not better than Tony or.
Well, Tony be at the bookies, so he won't be going.
He's not better than Tony or Ollie Watkins.
He's had a bet on himself that he's going to go to Arsenal for 100 million. So,
But Harry Kane's what's name picked up an injury. He missed the last Bayern Munich game.
I tell you, TCL, he might be fourth choice, but he'll be on the plane if he bangs in 2 or 3 today.
By the way, what a achievement that was by Leverkusen going unbeaten all season in the German league, mate.
Yeah.
Great achievement that, and it was even
beautiful.
better the fact that Xabi Alonso fucked the red shite off to stay there.
Yeah, a little bit of loyalty. It's nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's a good one. It's too good. It's too good not to put up.
Even put on. Do you know what, lads? Do you know what, Rod? I had two lads in the car. The other day. And the managers of the Hotel Anfield, right by the ground there, right? And one of them saying around said to me, he said, you know what? He said, the way our fans have been going on over Klopp leaving, he said, it's been embarrassing.
Yeah.
He said, he's not dead and the club will move on. Do you know what I mean? And it has been embarrassing. It's like he's fucking got a terminal cancer or something. Now, here's a thing for you. Also, these lads told me because they had a function on or something, and he was there, Mr. Clipperty and Pep Linders, right? Now, if you're a betting man, right? Now, apparently, our German friend who's leaving today, has just bought a villa right next to the Camp Nou. So apparently the rumours are that going around that even though Xabi, the Barca manager, has said that he wants to stay on, the people at the top of Barcelona are not happy with him and they want him out. So is our friend Clipperty going to Barca?
Where's the answer to that is, are we asked?
I'm not asked, but if you fancy a little punt, might be worth a little fiver on Mr. Clipperty to be the next manager. Just a bit of inside info.
I'm gonna phone me bookies up in a minute, IvanTony.com, and I'll get him to put it on.
Ivan Tony and Tonyali.
Oh yes, we love it. Oh, we love the banter, don't we?
So the thing is now, Rob. Obviously, we're coming to the end of this season, and somebody highlighted it earlier on.
Wait. Now
the end is near.
Go on.
So yes, so somebody highlighted it before. Who was it? Let's have a look. I can't see it.
What was it about?
Oh, Mark Foster there. Can't see it be any easier next season.
Yeah,
because we're getting rid of players, and are we gonna have to sell to buy?
Yeah,
the stars.
Yeah,
that we've got. The few good players that we've got in there to sort of. Do we have to take a step back? We can't get any further back, to be fair. But are we going to have to take a step back to move forward?
Yeah, I think we're going to be one of the favourites for the drop again next season with IvanTony.com on the bookies. So it's kind of I see 2 going. Onana will go first by the 30th of June. I do think Branthwaite will go. All I will say is I'd rather keep Branthwaite. Onana, I'm not too sure. But I just hope we get the maximum Wonga for them so that we can reinvest in the club, because we're reinvesting again, aren't we, in the squad? There's loads, going to be loads. I'd say 5 to 7. We need 5 to 7 players for next season.
And then there's, you know, there's still talking to Leeds over Jack Harrison. But there's this Sammy Smodic at Blackburn that's supposedly, and you know, he wants to play. He's not getting into the Premier League this season. That's for sure. And he's been banging him in for fun. But I think he's about 29 or 27, something like that.
He's only a baby.
29 as a striker. It's not really a baby, that, Rob.
Well, he's a baby compared to me and you, mate.
Well, yeah, there's that, Rob. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I did. Mache, Wes and I will be going for a pale ale of some capacity in the coming weeks. So what we'll do is we'll do a midweek blues, and then we'll put the invite out to meet at a venue in Liverpool. And if you turn up and introduce yourself, I'll buy you a pint.
The Wormy's saying he wouldn't let these recruit the butties from the cafe for Friday breakfast. Never mind the players. Do you know what though? Like things. The end of this month's going to be pivotal, isn't it? Because this is when the deal that they've been given is going to run out, and then Mashiri's got a decision to make. Do you know what I mean? And we need some stability to find out, you know, what is going to happen with ins and outs and this, that, and the other. Because who's making the decisions at the minute?
Mr. Chong.
Exactly, but you know, he's a man who's doing everything as well as making the half-time cups at tea.
Yeah, he'll be switching the water on today for the hose pipes.
Yeah, so we need somebody in there before this new season starts.
Yeah,
before the transfer window shuts, so we know what the manager knows what he's playing with.
I think that'll happen, you know.
I hope so, mate, because this is the longest takeover in history.
Yeah, you're right. I think we'll get that stability. I think it'll. I think the summer months will bring some positivity to the Blues.
So John Jones reckons Josh Brownhill will be coming. Is he the lad from Burnley?
Go away, another Burnley player.
Okay, now this is what we're dealing with, though, isn't it? Dealing with players that are being relegated.
Yeah, I can't say. I'll be honest with you, mate. I can't say I've watched him. I don't really watch other teams. So, is he good? Is he not? Out of 10, would you mark him? Because I don't know.
I can't say I've seen enough of him to sort of like want to post.
If anyone's out there and they've eyeballed him on your watch alongs, Aussie Chris, or whatever, what would you give him out of 10? Because that over my head. But you know what? If he's prepared, anyone who's prepared to sign for the Blues with us in the predicament that we're in, they'll get my thumbs up.
But at the same time, right? If players look at us, we're a Premier League club for starters, right? Players look at us and say, well, actually, these are a mid-table team, and with the right players in place, the right manager, and the right structure around the club, they can progress year on year. They've got a brand new stadium there, so we're not an entirely horrible proposition for a player to come to. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we're not also an attractive proposition. That you're never going to get the superstars of this world coming to Everton. But what you might get is the likes of a Kale or a Pienaar, and you can mold them into being great players. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, it's
so Aussie Chris has said he came on as a sub. So there you go.
So people are saying that Sammy Smodic is a midfielder, but he's got goals from midfield. So if the price is right, I think they want 20 million for him.
Who's he playing for? Is he Blackburn? Is he
Blackburn? Yeah, but obviously you can structure that deal over the length of his contract. Do you know what I mean? But Hammer's another one.
What are we thinking about the score today, then, friend?
You know what? I think
Be
it
honest.
wouldn't surprise me if Everton caused an upset. It really wouldn't, because you know, the shackles are off.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing they're playing for now is prize money, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? An extra what, 3.1 million or something. Or you lose that and go down a place, you know what I mean? So, but in reality, I'd say now and say 2 or 3-0, Rob.
Yeah, you've just literally read my mind. I'd be exactly the same. I see them turning us over, and you know, it's another defeat. But they win the same as us this season. Nothing.
Nothing, yeah, same as us,
Nothing.
apart from a bit of extra cash.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's hard to see past City in it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's. I monitor their issues on a daily basis because I'm surrounded by Man City fans, like I said before, who think they haven't done no wrong. So I can't wait for the day, and we'll probably do midweek blues just on what happens.
Yeah, Gang One is going for a positive 1-0 to the Blues. Fucking fair play to him.
Yeah.
Fair play
And
to him.
that's what we want. But we're just being honest, aren't we? We as Wes said, you know, we could go there and cause an upset. I think I went down there, Wes, in about 1974. I never even saw my mum was going down to London. I think I was only 13 at the time. I went on my own, had scarf on me. In them days, you had the scarves on your wrist,
Oh, this guy.
scarf around your neck,
Fucking hell.
hanging out your kicks, scarves all over the place. Went to London on my own, didn't know where I was going. And we won. We won 2-0. It was like, OMG. I think we've only won one more time since I went in 1974.
I was going to say, it's not a happy hunting ground for the Blues
Nah.
down here. We usually get absolutely tonked. Remember, it was at Goodison actually, weren't it? Remember when Tony Adams scored against Michael Myra? Tony Adams more or less run the length of the bloody pitch and whacked it in. I think that was 4-0 or 5-0.
Yeah, you're going back a few years there, mate, aren't you?
Yeah, Thomas Myra was a decent little keeper in.
Yeah.
I remember him losing a contact on the pitch, and the game stopped so he could look for his contact lens.
Did you find it?
Oh, come on. Gang One said he's looking forward to the Euros. He hopes England go out early. You know what? I'm not looking forward to the Euros at all.
Gang One
I can't
and
stand
Wes.
England.
Do you know what, mate? I'd rather watch Nemo and Shrek
Yeah,
with my
I'm
grandchildren.
I'm into the Game of Thrones at the minute, Rob. So I might just watch. I'm actually on the final season of Game of Thrones. I've binge watched it in about half a week.
I won't be watching the Euros.
No, England just doesn't. I had a guy in the other day. Actually, he was a West Ham fan. He was here.
No.
He was here to set up the spider cam for the game today, the wires and whatnot. And he was a West Ham fan, and I was talking to him about David Moyes, and I said to him, "Are you happy to see Moyes go?" And he said, "No, I'm absolutely gutted." And I went,
Okay.
What? Why is that? And he went, "Because he's come in and won stuff for us." I said, "Yeah, but," I said, "a lot of your fans didn't want him there." And he went, "I know." And he said, "I don't know what they expected."
Bizarre,
You know, he had, you know, been in Europe 2 seasons on the bounce.
Yeah.
And he's won the was it the Europa Conference League?
Yeah.
You know, and before that, they were you know, struggling down the bottom, and I just don't understand what fans want these days, Rob.
Very fickle, Wes. Fans are very fickle. Great one week and then the following week. But I think that's kind of social media in society these days. I think you know, we going back you know, as we go back in time, swinging the lamp again, you and I think we were a little bit more hardened to the fact that each week, it wasn't the Premier League, was it the First Division? It's like an even playing field, wasn't it? Most
Yeah,
teams were equal. So
yeah,
you'd come up against the cracking centre half or the cracking centre half, the cracking forward, cracking midfielder, and the best team won on the day. Now
yeah.
it's not the
But
case.
also you had, you know, a big nucleus of your team was local talent,
Yeah,
local lads
yeah,
playing, playing for Everton, playing for Liverpool, and you kind of cherry pick the players like from each account. If they were let go, they'd end up at Everton, or if they were then from Everton, they'd end up like the likes of Steve McMahon and Peter Reid and stuff like that. You know, players like that. They were originally at each other's academies and ended up on opposite sides of the park.
yeah.
But that's what they used to do, wasn't it? They used to go around scouting local teams and see pick the best of the best.
I think John Jones once said reminisce here about the past.
16
John,
quid a week, gave his man a fiver, and bus fare £2.
what year are we talking about, John? I think John might be a little bit older than me. I think he's a little bit older than me, John. So that's and that's an interesting one. Goodison was half empty. Yeah, I can't remember that, John. To be honest with you, because obviously they were in the days when he used to go. But
It
right,
certainly wasn't when
John,
the Bayern Munich
1976.
game.
Right, okay. I was born 61. So John, apologies, mate. You're much younger than the Robster. So hey, well,
Well,
do you know what, mate? There might be something in the fact that we do a little midweek blues and we reminisce about the past day, because you and I, we can both tell all these little younguns that follow and watch us about the good times.
hey, we've had good times. 32,000 average in 1985. Yeah, but like I say, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't that at the Bayern Munich game, was it? The ground was absolutely chock a block. You couldn't move.
Yeah, yeah. The right, so yeah, covered the score, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure who's on post match, mate. Who's on the post match today?
I'm not sure. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, well,
I
someone will
think
be on a post match.
Stevie's actually going a game, isn't he? Because he lives down in that London.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I have no idea. Is Aussie Chris is still online? Are you doing the post match, Aussie Christopher?
yeah. Apologies, we're just not quite sure who's doing the post match, but somebody will be. So don't you worry about that. Are we doing a midweek blues, mate, or are we
Of
swerving it
course.
next week?
No, of course. I'll probably only have two more if we're doing one each week, and then I'm off on my jollies.
Okay.
Aussie Chris is saying Ryan might be doing the watch along for Becky Hillary if she's still online, but we're not quite sure at the moment.
Okay. Becky Hillary, yeah, nice one. What colour kit are we wearing today? Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Probably that grey one, is it?
Yeah, I mean, it could even be blue, couldn't it? Or it could be the salmon pink one.
Oh no, Aussie Chris is there with his in-laws, isn't he? So he won't be doing the post-match.
No.
But Ryan might be doing it. I don't know.
Okay. So listen, I think we'll call it a day. Both Wes and I are hoping for a 1-0 away win minimum for the Blues, but in reality, we are expecting to lose today, and we're just being honest about that. We'd love a win, be great, but we think that we might get beat. However, I'm still forecasting that we both are that Arsenal will come second and they'll win as much as Everton this season, which is nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what's the best night that suits you, friend, for the midweek blues.
Wednesday.
Wednesday night, okay. So we will see you all Wednesday night, and thank you
I'll
all
have had
for
a shave
watching.
by then as well.
If you
I know,
we
look,
didn't say it the other night, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, then please do so and tell all your friends about Hinge and Brackets and these two old fellas that sit at home with their Everton kits on and talk about Everton. Love you
Have a
all.
good,
See you,
have a good
friends.
Sunday. See you
Love
later,
you
mate.
all. Enjoy the sun. And if you're going to have a drink, drink sensibly. Bye-bye.